Okay, let's just dive right in. We've all been there, right? You ask an AI to do something, and the result you get back is fine, it's okay. It's just average. But what if you could get extraordinary, genuinely game changing results every single time? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down today. So, does this look familiar? You fire up your favorite AI tool, you type in a request, you're hoping for something brilliant, and you get back something that feels totally generic. It's bland, it's not quite what you had in mind. It's a super common problem, and it makes you wonder, are these tools really as smart as everyone says they are? Well, here's the big secret. The problem isn't the AI. These models are frankly unbelievably powerful. The real issue, and this is also the real opportunity, is all about the instructions we give them. The quality of the output is always a direct reflection of the quality of your input. To really get why our instructions matter so much, we have to pull back the curtain and look at what's actually going on inside the machine. And spoiler alert, it's not magic. And it's not really thinking the way you and I think. It's something else entirely. You know, what's really cool about this diagram is how it puts everything in perspective. Artificial intelligence is this huge umbrella term, and you drill down through machine learning, then deep learning, and right there at the very core, that's where you find generative AI. It's a very specific kind of tool that's built to do one thing: create new stuff based on all the stuff it's already seen. So the engine driving this whole revolution, that's the large language model, or LLM. You've heard the names, GPT-4, Claude, Gemini. These are the brains of the operation. But how does this so-called brain actually work? And this, right here, this is the big reveal. The most important thing to understand. It's all just a probability game. An LLM isn't reasoning about the world. It's not understanding concepts. At its heart, it's just an incredibly sophisticated prediction engine. This example just illustrates it perfectly. If you give an LLM the phrase, "the dog jumped over the," it doesn't picture a dog in its head. No. Instead, it just calculates the most statistically probable word to come next based on the billions of sentences it was trained on. So fence, yeah, that's highly probable. Log, also pretty likely. Moon, much less likely, but hey, it's possible. It's just predicting the next word and the next word and the next word over and over again. So, understanding that it's all about prediction, that changes everything. It completely redefines your role in this whole process. You're not just a passenger asking for a ride. You have a much, much more active and essential job to do. And this leads us to maybe the best analogy out there. You are the co-pilot. Think about it. The AI was trained on the internet, which is basically the statistical average of, well, everything. So if you leave it to its own devices, it's going to give you an average answer. Your prompt is the steering wheel. Your expertise is what steers it away from average and towards brilliant. This right here is the golden rule of generative AI. It's so simple, but it is the absolute key to unlocking what these tools can do. The effort and thought you put into your prompt is directly one-to-one proportional to the quality of the results you're going to get back. Okay, so we get it. We need to give the AI better instructions. But what does a better instruction even look like? It's not just about writing more words. It's about writing smarter words. And luckily, there's a framework for that. The anatomy of a perfect prompt has 6 key pieces. First up, persona. Tell the AI who to be. Act as an expert copywriter, a witty historian, whatever. Second, context. Give it the background. Why are you asking? Who is this for? Third, the task. Be super specific. Use an action verb. Generate a list. Summarize this text. Analyze this data. Fourth, and this one's a game changer, give it an example of what you want. Fifth, format. Tell it exactly how you want the output. In a table, as bullet points, as JSON code. And finally, number 6, tone. Specify the style. Do you want it to be professional, enthusiastic, serious, and academic? And here they are, all together. We call it the PCTEFT framework. Persona, context, task, example, format, tone. Now, this isn't just a random list of tips. This is your blueprint for taking control. In fact, if you're ever getting a bad result from an AI, I can almost guarantee you're missing one or more of these components.
All right, theory is great and all, but let's see this framework in action because the difference it makes isn't small. It's not subtle. It is a total night and day transformation. Let's look at a real-world example.
Okay, so on the left, we have the bad prompt. Give me some tips on what to do and where to go when my friend visits me in New York next week. It's lazy, it's vague. But now look at the brilliant prompt on the right. It uses our framework, it assigns a persona, a highly rated tour guide, it gives context about the friend Tim, it has a clear task, provides an example, asks for a specific format, and sets the tone. And the results? I mean, they speak for themselves, don't they? The bad prompt gets you a totally generic list of the most obvious tourist traps. The Statue of Liberty, Times Square. The brilliant prompt, on the other hand, produces this detailed, thoughtful 3-day itinerary that's actually tailored to the person. It's filled with hidden gems and local favorites. It's the difference between a useless list and an incredibly valuable plan. So what does all this mean for you? Well, mastering this skill is so much more than just getting better answers from a chatbot. It's about developing a new kind of asset, a personal superpower in the age of AI. And here's how you can start, like right now. First, just practice. Take a simple request you have today and consciously build it out using all 6 parts of that framework. And second, build your library. When you write a prompt that gives you an amazing result, save it. These aren't just little text snippets. They are reusable, powerful, valuable tools. And that brings us to the final and maybe the most crucial point. As these AI tools become more and more common, your ability to use them better than anyone else becomes your competitive advantage. The tools themselves might be everywhere, but your unique, refined, and powerful prompts, that is your intellectual property. So the only question is, what valuable IP will you create first?